Hey guys, it's Ashley.
Oh! Oh! Oh, no, no, no! Oh my god! Oh! Yes!
Hey guys, it's Ashley, and this is gonna be a very different type of video from what I usually do. Walking Dead that I usually react to is currently on hiatus. The finale got moved because of the coronavirus, that whole deal. And I have been just keeping myself busy. I've been actually making hand sanitizers for my small business. I'm currently out of bottles, waiting for the next shipment to come in. While I'm waiting for that, I have been making masks. Super easy. I watched some tutorials and it's like, how can I make a mask because I don't have elastic? I barely go out of my house because I don't really want to leave my house with the corona. Like, I just rather not go shopping, you know. And we're also on lockdown for only essential items, so I don't know if elastic would be considered as essential, you know. This is a way to make a mask with just using an old shirt, like, and nothing else. You don't need elastic, you don't need yarn, just a shirt, needle, and thread. You can hand sew it. I made this one. I hand sewed it. You see the stitching there. So you can do it by hand. It takes longer. This one took close to 2 hours, but I guess like without the painting it took maybe like an hour and a half probably. It is easier and faster if you do use a sewing machine, and I've only used a sewing machine once just to make this. My mom found her old machine and I looked up tutorials on how to operate one and I figured it out. So it's not that hard. I mean, it's a little Baby Yoda mask. If you want like a fun print, you can use a shirt that has like a print that you don't mind cutting up. The shirt I was using is just a plain beige, so that's why I use acrylic paint to paint it. You don't have to do that. Let's just get to the tutorial and I'll show you guys how I did it. So the first thing you need is an old t-shirt you don't mind cutting up. You can actually make a few masks with one shirt. I've already made 3, including the 2 that I showed you guys and one that I made for my grandma. I don't have it, but that one I also hand sewed. Fabric scissors, a ruler to measure out, and then a pen or marker, whatever that you can use to trace a line. Sewing machine or needle and thread if you're doing this by hand. Let's just get onto it. It does not really matter which way the shirt is as long as you get the measurements pretty right. You just want to go 4 inches for the height. So I'm just going to put a mark here where the 4 is. Width, you want to mark it for 8 inches. It just depends on your face shape. Like if you have a bigger face than mine or bigger head, you might want to do maybe 9 inches, but this is just what works for me. The line so I know kind of, so I can cut pretty straight. And basically what you want to do is you want to sew the bottom and the top just so it'll like stay in place. It's okay if it's kind of uneven, it does not really matter. I mean, unless you're selling it, then you want to make it even. But if it's just for yourself or family, you know, just try to make it as accurate as you can. And when you sew it, just make sure you're catching the second layer, not just puncturing one layer, if that makes sense. Anyway, basically you just want to do a straight stitch, top and bottom. That's it for now. There we go. This is just my second time using a sewing machine, so it's probably not going to be perfect. Just do the other side. So you have the top and bottom sewed together. Now you want to make a loop the straps can go through, so that way you don't have to sew it on and like worry about it coming off. You just want to fold it about like 1/2 inch, sew it along the edge right here. We got that sewed nicely. So I didn't like sew it all the way completely towards the edge. That way you can kind of save on sewing time. I find if you fold the other half, the mask becomes a little bit tighter. So it's up to you how you want to do it, really. Because this Baby Yoda mask, I had ended up sewing the two sides. And it works. It's just a little bit more snug. So you want like a snug mask. And then this one that I did, I had only sewn one side, which is this side. And then the other side, I did not sew it all the way. So it's just kind of like a little pouch. So you can do that. I'm just not gonna sew it since I already left a gap there. You're pretty much done with the sewing already at this point. Cutting it from the sleeve works the best. Maybe half an inch, maybe even less than that. Because I had made the straps kind of thick, like 1 inch, and it wouldn't stay on my ear. So you don't want to make it that thick. Doesn't matter if it's like uneven, because it's just gonna be tight anyway. You won't be able to notice it. It's like a loop, so you want to just cut it. Get this, your mask, and you thread it through. A safety pin really helps with that, threading it through without it being bunched up. So there, you're almost done with the mask. Sure it's all equal. And then you just want to tie it. And this depends on how big your face is or how wide your face is. Kind of just depends. So when I tie the loop, the length of the loop is usually 4 inches because this does stretch as well. I mean, not a whole lot, but it does stretch because it is cotton. So I guess it just depends on what material you use as well. Double knot it like this. And then I cut the excess off. Then if you don't want this knot to be showing, you just kind of put it in with the shirt. Just guide it through. So there's one side. The worst thing you want to do is make it too tight and then cut it. So it's always good to just kind of go bigger. That way you can just adjust it, you know, if it's too big. And there we go. There we have our mask. With just using a t-shirt. Like I said, I am not the best at sewing. I just learned how to use a sewing machine yesterday, so I'm better at hand sewing. You could leave it like this, or if you want like a design, you can iron on an iron-on patch if you want to. You can sew something on here. You can use acrylic or fabric paint like what I did. And now you're done. I know it's not perfect, but for the sake of this video, it worked. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's like super random. There's like loads of tutorials on YouTube of how to make masks already, but I just wanted to share how I do it. And I know there's a lot of advanced tutorials out there. Not everyone has elastic. Like I didn't have elastic, you know, and I didn't even have hair ties either because I don't really put my hair up. So this is something, you know, something simple. You can just use a t-shirt and needle and thread. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, stay healthy, practice social distancing. I'll see you guys later.